Good morning. Welcome to your practice. This sadhana is for your digestion, for you to digest psychic and emotional material if you have a very busy head or there's a lot going on in your heart. These practices will help you to digest, process, clarify, and create space so that you can get clear, so that you can allow insight to come through, and so that you can quieten down the chatter in your mind. The sadhana is something that you do every morning, so it's a very grounding practice, and it can create a support structure for you. Something that you come to every day, where you create space for yourself and you hold that space for yourself. And it's a great lesson in boundaries. So this comes first, you come first, and then everything else follows. And you can use this as your laboratory, as a way in which to experiment with the cause and effect of each of these practices and see how they work for you. Some will be more effective than others, some you will be more intuitively drawn to than others, and listen to that. I will take you through a series of kriyas and pranayama, and then you can explore and experiment with them in your own time. Once you've learned the practices, you don't have to always come back to the video. Start to play in your own laboratory and see what works for you. If you are menstruating, then this is an Agni practice, a fire practice, a way for us to burn through and digest. So I recommend that you do the Soma practice, which is more gentle, and you can make a call on that on any day. You may feel like you need more fire one day, you may feel like you need more softness. So that's why there are the two sadhanas that I've recorded alongside each other. So you can choose and play, and eventually pick and choose and build your own and design your own sadhana. If you have any questions, then please, by all means, get in touch anytime. You can get in touch through the mat movement, or you'll find me one way or another. Let's begin. Come to close your eyes. And take a moment to gather yourself, to call all of the parts of yourself into center and onto your seat, anchoring down through the weight of your pelvic bowl and allowing the watery contents of your organs to settle inside that strong container. And letting all of those contents, letting their weight and their presence pour down through the base of you into the earth. Imagining that pouring, that continual cascade traveled all the way down to the center of the earth. Allowing your whole body to magnetize downwards, to surrender to gravity. And as your muscles, your tissue, your bones begin to soften more and more, see if you can tune into that slow pour of your cells. And allow your jaw to follow. Allow your skin to sink and settle down into your seat, into the earth. as you continue to arrive in this particular moment, on this new day with its own unique stamp and imprint. Rest your awareness on the back of your pelvis, the sacrum. And allow your spine to extend up through the jigsaw puzzle of your vertebral column. That reaches up through the crown of your head into infinite space. And just draw the back of the skull. Allow it to rest back into the space behind you, and be aware of that cushion of support behind you, and trust into that a little more, so that your skull and the weight of your brain can be caught by your spine and held by your pelvis. In that sweet spot where the skull and the pelvis are in communication. Through the channel of the spine. One resting above the other, one supporting the other. And one final softening call to your jaw and skin and face and brow, back of the neck and shoulders. Allow the morning sounds to anchor you into this moment. And we have a live cockerel orchestra this morning. Family of ducks, some chickens. So let them call to you, call you back again and again into presence. I am here, I am here, I am here. And staying here, staying in this full body experience, staying present through each of your trillions of cells and inviting them all into this morning. We'll begin with our first kriya. So when your eyes open, this meditation may pause, but the next meditation begins, so stay anchored in. Gently open your eyes. And we'll begin with Uddiyana Kriya. Uddiyana Kriya, I'll demo for you, is a drawing in and up of the solar plexus. So this soft area between the front ribs is going to draw in and up underneath the rib cage. We'll take a big inhale, and then you'll exhale fully, place your hands on your thighs. And then draw in and up. You'll hold for as long as feels comfortable. Take a full Ujjayi breath through the central channel, and then you'll take your second round, and we'll do 5 rounds, okay? So in your own time. Give yourself time to process and listen between each round. And when you've finished your last round, just pause. Feel your way down into your belly, into any temperature, texture, color, shape. As you record the effects of your experience. And then take a seat. I'll just demonstrate the next practice, which is Agni Sara. So unlike the Uddiyana, where we're creating negative space in a vacuum by drawing the diaphragm in and up, this is a practice where we're then extending the belly, creating positive space. So you'll draw in to begin with from the behind the navel, drawing and magnetizing the abdominals in, and then it's a expansion of the belly out. So it's a full exhale breath. And then you'll take a full inhale, exhale, release the breath and take another round. So let's go straight in and take 5 rounds in your own time. So drawing at full exhale, draw the navel in and full extension out. 5 rounds of this form of Agni Sara. And after your 5th round, pause and listen. Tune into any heat, any subtle shifts of energy, and any shifts in your state. Kapalabhati, the shiny skull breath. We'll do 3 rounds of 30. If you have this in your practice already and you feel comfortable and confident in doing 40 or 50, then by all means do. And you can build this over time. You can also do one big round of 80 plus. Kapalabhati is a focus on the diaphragm, where we're using the diaphragm as a trampoline for the breath. So as the breath expels on a forceful exhale, the diaphragm draws in and up, and then it's a passive inhale, so we're not forcing, we're not doing anything on the inhale, just allowing it to come in. Don't force it. Yes, it's a powerful exhale breath, but it's not over effortful. It should be at a pace and a rate and a force that you can stay present with and really stay connected to your diaphragm as it does the work. Okay? So in your own time, 3 rounds of 30. One full round of breath in between each round, and go at your own pace. No need to keep pace with me. Listen to your own needs, your own body. And after your 3rd round, let go of any tension you may have gathered through the practice, any residual holding. Rest into the space that you have created. And through our practices, we are expanding that space, that presence, that beingness that is behind, between, and underneath and around your thoughts, the ground of your being. Pure presence, awareness. This is what we are cultivating, coming to abide there more and more. Begin to breathe as if you were drawing breath all the way from crown to pelvis, all the way from crown to base. And it's not an ujjayi breath, it's just a long, slow pouring of breath, of prana, as if it were oil pouring all the way down through your crown, through the central channel and into the middle of your pelvis. And trace the breath and the prana all the way down and allow your pelvis to soften a little more as the breath lands and fills up this cup, this bowl. And then allow the breath to travel back up. And take a few rounds in this way. Lighting up your central channel with your awareness and your breath. This pouring of liquid awareness, liquid presence. Coating and lubricating your central channel so that it comes online for you more and more as you do this work. Helping you to gather in more of you to that central access point. And on the next inhale, allow your awareness to stay inside the pelvis as your breath continues to return to its natural rhythm. And then walk your awareness up to the middle of your chest. This is a practice called Vehacheda, and you can find it in Christopher Wallace's translation of the Pratyabhijna Hridaya, the Recognition Sutras, page 396. And we're going to breathe everything, all of our awareness, our attention, our focus, our breath. We're going to expand the heart center, front, back and sides with the breath. And then we'll hold the breath, amplify everything into that heart center. And then you're going to, as if you were going to say the letter K without saying it, so a silent K. Then it'll be a inhale and exhale to smooth the transition before we go into the next round. So I'll guide you through. Begin to slowly draw the breath into the middle of your chest. And as you feel the heart space expand and grow, send the breath into the front, the back and the sides of that space. Concentrate your attention and your awareness into the expansion of the heart center. Feel it open up in the back and the sides as well as the front. And when you've reached the very peak of your breath, hold, amplify through the heart center. And then as if you were going to say the letter K, inhale, exhale. And keep going in your own time. Bathing your heart center with all of your awareness, all of your breath. And even as you come to say the silent K, keep your presence, keep the hands of your awareness gently holding that heart space all the way through the practice. This is an intense practice, but don't hold the breath for too long or force anything for too long. It should not feel at any time like you are in struggle, that you are gasping for breath. Here's a slow build of intensity, all the way to the peak of the inhale, the holding of the breath where it amplifies. The silent K, the inhale, the exhale, all the way out. And you can do that practice for up to 9 minutes. But for now, finish the round that you're on and feel into the effects. Send your awareness to about 8 inches above the crown of your head. And you can imagine a ball of white light. And as you inhale, that ball travels down through the crown, through the central channel to the heart space. And as you exhale, it travels all the way back up to the point 8 inches above your head. And if the ball of light, if that doesn't work for you, then just use your awareness in your breath. And then let that practice go. And with your awareness only, allow the fingers of your awareness to gently trace the central channel all the way from crown, middle of your head at the top, all the way through to the middle of the base of your pelvis. And see if you can sense into any subtle streams. A constant flow, a rivering of energy traveling up and down the middle of you. And these subtle body practices may not feel like much to you if they are new, and they won't feel like much until they do. So stay curious and open and receptive. And allow your awareness to anchor in to this subtle central river as you widen your listening. Allowing all sound, smell, taste, all movement and temperature of air, as you allow it all to be held within the field of your unchanging, stable, steady, pure awareness. Continue to expand your awareness to hold all the contents of this moment and this moment. And when thoughts or emotions rise, allow them to fall. All phenomena held within the field of pure present awareness. Without trying to add, take away, change anything, just being with what is. All of these vibrations traveling through space to connect with your senses. Allow them to simply move through you. And you can stay in this practice of tattva bhavana for as long as you wish or you have time for, but don't rush. Even if you just have 5 minutes, then stay right here. And when you feel intuitively, or if you're using a timer, then that's also great, but you can also just listen and you'll know when it's time. And when this meditation ends, your open-eyed meditation begins. So move slowly. Stay anchored in as you move out into the rest of your day. Thank you for your practice. I'll leave you here in the embrace of your presence. Namaste.